I started Aikido in 1973 with Bob Fraser Sensei, and I moved into the dorms at the university, and I told my roommate I wanted to start judo, and he said, what about Aikido? And I said, well, what's that? I've never heard of that. And he said, oh, you should try Aikido.
That there's sort of an Aikido stance, and it's a stance of flexibility. It's not a firm stance where you plant yourself and then you can hardly move, but it's a stance that allows you, in a way, to respond to challenges or stimuli from any direction. So it's flexible, and I think that flexibility is part of the hallmark of Aikido. I think Aikido, ideally, we're open to always responding to what's in the environment. That it's, and ideally never clashing with what's in the environment, but yielding, always working with rather than fighting against.
I started Aikido because I believed it would help to embody a lot of the truths of spiritual traditions in a very deep way. And I found that to be the case, but also I've been in the business world for the last 40 years, and it helps you to make contact with people at kind of a feeling level, which you don't often see in business. And that really seems to make a difference in terms of establishing long-lasting relationships with people, that both co-workers and clients and that kind of thing. And it creates a sense of bonding and togetherness rather than competition or adversarial kind of relationship.
The fundamental beauties of Aikido is that it's a forever study. It's not something that we master immediately. We study the techniques and we learn them, but sometimes we learn things later. It's almost like a lesson from a parent that we hear when we're a child, and then 20, 30, 40 years later we recognize, oh my goodness, that was such a beautiful lesson that I learned.
And when he threw me, the best description, and I've thought about this for 50 years, was bewilderment. I mean, I would get up bewildered at what happened because it didn't feel like he did anything. And what I've reflected, right or wrong, is that he blended with me. He blended his movements and his way of moving his body, his hands, so exquisitely that I didn't feel anything coming from the outside. It felt as though my own nervous system decided to miss him when I attacked him and to fall down.